The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. The legend lives here.
Clark underneath, scoop shot up, it's good, the basket will count. How did she do that?
Kind of good to get back in my groove a little bit.
Rebound Dowling, Ellie Muller, pass to Tritton, to Zedeker, back to Katie Muller for three, up good.
This is Maroon Nation.
Pull up jumper, good. Dowling takes the lead.
They're battle tested. One of the things that makes Dowling special is everything we do is hard all day. These guys are always challenged.
His shot at the horn, no good, and Dowling has won it. Dowling has won it.
Dowling Catholic High School basketball is on the air. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Iowa Wealth Management, and Bosun the Florist. Welcome to the Maroon Pregame Show. Here's Mark Amadeo.
And a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to the Boys State Basketball Tournament here on Iowa Catholic Radio alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I am Mark Amadeo as we are courtside sitting on ice but watching people warm up on the floor here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. Yes, we're a little bit behind, folks. We had an overtime game that was won by Solon, Storm Lake, 68-60 over Solon. So we got the 3A field all set for their semifinals. And Coach Cataldo, glad you could make it. I heard you had Rockstar Park in until you didn't.
It's unbelievable the experience that I've had over the last, feels like 5 hours, but it's been the last 2. Uber could not have dropped me off closer to the front door. Just, you never told me we had to come in the back door, so I had to walk all the way. But
Jimmy, we always come in the front door, and that is the front door, the northwest entrance, not the south entrance where you go when you take your lovely wife to the tractor shows here and that. You go in that southwest entrance. You want to come in the northwest. So I apologize for any extra length of walking you had to do.
I'm checking my watch. I easily have my 10,000 steps in today, but needless to say, it just feels different being here courtside at Casey Center. Exciting matchup we have tonight against Dubuque Senior Dowling matchup. Some of the really good athletes are playing on both sides, and it's going to be an exciting couple hours of basketball.
Well, I know the Dowling folks are excited. They're playing a team that they not going to face for the third time this year, which could end up happening later on. But Dowling's facing Dubuque Senior, two teams that haven't played in whenever. And the Maroons are looking forward to that. A different challenge, a different team, a different makeup. And you like seeing that. And the Maroons have had that happen through the postseason with wins over Norwalk and Sioux City East. Well, they played Norwalk during the regular season, but didn't see Sioux City East. So playing somebody different, and you got, almost a week to prepare.
Well, it reminds me of football as we prepare for teams that we don't normally face. Both Dubuque Senior has not seen Dowling. Dowling has not seen Dubuque Senior. So there's something about that you enjoy. Somebody that's doesn't understand your tendencies, doesn't understand your movement other than what they see on video. So exciting to play somebody different. I've always enjoyed that, and it really brings out something else inside you as Dowling prepares to play a really good Dubuque Senior team. 21-2 on the year.
Yes, they are, and they come from the Mississippi Valley Conference, the Mississippi Division. They have 3 first-team all-conference starters and 2 honorable mention. That fills up their starting 5. So this is a team with a lot of accolades. Their coach is a veteran coach. Coach Wendell Eimer's been there 32 years, has over 450 wins, and has a veteran group. This is a team that's been to state, Dubuque Senior, 3 straight years. Dowling's first appearance at state in 5 years. So you have that matchup. This Dubuque Senior team knows what this atmosphere is like. They're playing on ice, although the kids don't feel it. We do after we sit here a while, sure, as I found out last week. But I'll tell you what, playing in this atmosphere in the Casey Center is extraordinary. The Senior has that advantage being here last year.
Well, as I start preparing for Dubuque Senior and I start looking up some of their stats, really impressive shooting basketball team is Dubuque Senior. Number 2 in Class 4A in field goal percentage, shooting a little over 52%, but they're number 1 in three-point shooting percentage, 41% on the year. They're going to shoot the ball from outside and often. You're going to hear guys like Cooper Porter, 6-foot senior, has made 74 three-pointers on the year. and a kid named Tevin Scholes, 43 three-pointers on the year, leading Dubuque Senior, 25 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game. And this young man, who's a senior, is going to continue his basketball career at Rockhurst University down in Kansas City, a Division II basketball program.
And, of course, one of their starters, who was first-team all-conference, Drake Meetinger, out with a leg injury for about a month. He's just now coming back. He'll come off the bench. They've been gradually increasing his minutes, but he had a very severe ankle injury, apparently, and he's a captain wearing number 23. He'll come off the bench, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, but missing that month and trying to get himself back to the rotation. And, you know, anytime somebody leaves, you want him to come back, but yet the team has figured out a way to win without him, and you got that atmosphere going on. But this type of kid is the reason why he's first-team all-conference, and we're going to see him a lot tonight.
Well, Drake Meetinger, he's a 6'2 senior. Team making it down to Des Moines and into the Casey Center. It's going to take a whole lot more than a banged ankle to keep a guy like that out of this game. But certainly Dubuque Senior is a team, as we mentioned, is going to shoot a lot and is going to make a lot. So Dowling's ability to defend outside the three-point arc is going to be critical tonight. The advantage the Maroons have tonight, and we've been saying it time and time again, is the size. Dowling leads is number 2 in rebounding for Class 4A. You have Alfred Coley is leading the state in offensive rebounding. So Dowling's ability to rebound the basketball and defend outside the perimeter, critical to the success in this game tonight.
You mentioned that, Jimmy. Maybe Dubuque Senior has to shoot from the outside because the Maroons have rim protectors, and you mentioned Crane and Coley. They're two pretty good rim protectors, but the Maroons need to punch the ball inside, and they're going to be dealing with some size inside for Dubuque Senior. Tevin Schultz, a 6'7 senior. He's the player of the year in their conference, first team all-conference, and yet he's going to probably be matched up with either Coley or Crane.
Well, you really can't change what you do well, and I think the Dowling coaching staff has really evolved around the inside-out presence that the Maroons do have, and they have the size advantage. When you get guys like 6'10", Charlie Crane, 6'8", and plus, as we say, because I think he's probably grown an inch since the beginning of the season, Alfred Coley, you have to be able to dominate inside. Can the Maroons make enough from the outside to continue to strengthen this game? And we've seen it. The Maroons have been on and off from the outside, but I think tonight you're looking at guys like Noah Martins. Got to step up. Senior year, his domination to be able to attack downhill has been strong for the Maroons. He's got to be able to attack. And then Nate Jenkins, his ability to defend, I think we talked about this. I think he's the guy who's going to guard Porter on the outside, making 74 three-pointers on the year. I think he's going to draw the defense on Cooper Porter.
Well, we talked about matchups like that, rebounding. Well, Dowling has advantage rebounding most of the year. They've very seldom been out-rebounded. Turnovers, Dowling averaging 10.5 turnovers, but Dubuque Senior averaging 7.5 turnovers. So that's a disparity. And then the free throw percentage. Dowling at, 61%. Dubuque Senior at 69%. Closing the game out, you know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to have the lead. It's going to be tight, and you got to close the game out. And the Maroons have had that bugaboo at the free throw line.
Well, you mentioned turnovers. Another thing that stands out is Dubuque Senior lowest turnovers as a team in Class 4A.
Right.
So they handle the ball extremely well. A lot of this, who's going to settle in early? I think there's going to be a lot of butterflies for both teams, especially Dowling hasn't been down here in 5 years. You have a senior-led team with a very, very strong junior in Alfred Coley. The Maroons got to settle in early, but protect the basketball is going to be critical.
All right, we're going to take our first break here on the pregame show. A little delayed here at the Casey Center as the Class 3As have completed their quarterfinal round. It was Ballard, Carroll, ADM, and Storm Lake, all winners, and they will move on to Wednesday night for their semifinals. But the 4A start right now with Dowling and Dubuque Senior. That'll be followed by the number 1 team in 4A, Cedar Falls, taking on Urbandale. That'll follow our game tonight. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadeo. Brady Grimm back as our studio producer tonight, as we are running a little bit behind at the boys state basketball tournament. So we'll return to the floor of the Casey Center with starting lineups and keys to the game from Coach Jimmy Cataldo here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Do you believe in the importance of Catholic education? Do you owe Iowa income tax this year? Consider a gift to the Catholic Tuition Organization to help worthy students attend Catholic schools in the diocese and receive an Iowa tax credit of 75% of your donation. If you give $1,000 to CTO, you'll receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
The radio home for your Dowling Catholic Maroons. 105.5 KIHS, Perry, Des Moines. IowaCatholicRadio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio mobile app. Encounter Jesus.
All right, we're back here at the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines. The final year hosting the boys state basketball tournament. Next year, the boys tournament moves to Hilton Coliseum in Ames. Girls tournament will still be held here alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I am Mark Amadale, literally sitting on the ice or the pad between us. Are your feet cold yet, Coach Cataldo? I told you to wear wool socks just in case we're here a little extended time.
That's the one thing I was not prepared for is the weather today. I mean, beautiful day in Des Moines.
Awesome.
Didn't know I had to walk around the entire building at the time, so worked up a little bit of a sweat, but regardless, I don't feel any of this cold. Okay.
We want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio all season long. They include Iowa Wealth Management, Bows and the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, along with Fast Signs and Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organizations. And hey, when you stop by and patronize our supporters, let them know what a great job Mike Burkert did during the girls' game and Jimmy Cataldo did during the boys' game. Just let them know. Let our supporters know that. Is that a fair assessment, Mr. Cataldo?
I mean, it's fair. I mean, sometimes I don't make it across the West Side Bridge, but I'd leave that to Burkert, who's probably on the golf course right now, tuning in.
He wished us luck. He sent me a text. He wished us luck. He may be listening and probably watching, maybe syncing up the live stream with our audio, which is fine. I don't know how you do that. I never had that problem because I don't do that. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Dowling has not changed. The Maroons are the home team on the scoreboard, so we'll start with Dubuque Senior. And their head coach, a legendary guy, head coach Wendell Eimers, 32 years, 454 wins, 274 losses. He's assisted by Brent Mills, who's retiring on his staff. He's standing right across from us, Jimmy, on the far left there. He's retiring after 28 years. This will be his final week of coaching, along with Carlos Pittman and Ken Porter. The Rams come in averaging just under 66 points on offense, giving up just under 45 points on defense. Their record is 21-2. They're ranked 6th, and they're seeded 5th in this tournament. And their only losses were to number 5 Ames by 3 at the Cedar Rapids tournament back in January 3rd, and to number 1 Cedar Falls a few weeks ago. They played 5 ranked teams. They've beaten 3 of them and lost to 2 of them. And the Rams will start this lineup at one guard, Cooper Porter, 6-foot senior, averaging 13 points, leads the team with 5.5 assists, and he leads the team in made three-pointers with 74. And a captain, Porter, will wear number 12. The other guard is Wes Rayner. Honorable mention selection for the Mississippi Valley Conference, 6'2 junior, averaging 4.5 points. He'll wear number 15. The other guard is William Tucker, a 5'11 junior, averaging 3.5 points. He'll wear number 21. And the other guard is Barrett Reed, a 5'10 senior. He was also an honorable mention selection in the Mississippi Valley Conference. He'll wear number 22. And finally at forward in the post, a captain, player of the year in the conference, first team all-conference, Tevin Schultz, 6'7 senior, averaging 25 points, 6.5 rebounds, leads the team in both categories, 40 made threes, and as Jimmy mentioned, headed to Rockhurst University Division II to play basketball next year. So there's their starting 5. Porter, Rayner, Tucker, Reed, and Schultz. Off the bench for the Rams, we will see number 23, Drake Medinger, a 6'2 senior, has missed a month, first team all-conference selection, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds. Also Colin and Colton McCullough. One's a freshman, one's a junior, and one is 6'5", and the other is 6'1". So that's about their 3-person rotation for the Dubuque Senior Rams, who Dowling will face for the first time as they come in with a record of 21-2, and they've won 3 in a row in 16 of the last 16 of 18 games since January 1st. Now for Dowling Catholic. Dowling coached by Justin Ironson in his first year at state. 47 wins, 23 losses. Assisted by John Nagel, Sam Young, Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. The Maroons come in with a record of 20-3. They've won 7 of the last 8 games and 10 of the last 12, averaging 60 points on offense and giving up 48 points on defense. They're ranked 4th and seeded 4th in this tournament. And the Maroons will start at guard. Captain Nate Jenkins, 6'1 senior, averaging 6.5 points, who were number 2. The other captain, at guard, Maddox Capola, 6'2", 195-pound senior, averaging 4 points, who were number 13. And the third guard is the point guard and co-leading scorer, Noah Martins, a 6-foot senior, averaging 13 points and leads the team with 38 made threes and also an assist with 4.5. Martins will wear number 11. At one forward, Alfred Coley, a 6'8 junior, averaging 10.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, which leads the team, and he'll wear number 0. And finally at center for Dowling, Charlie Crane, a 6'10 senior, averaging 13 points, 8.5 rebounds, leads the team with 50 blocks. Crane headed to the Naval Academy next year. He'll wear number 10. So it'll be Jenkins, Martins, and Capola, the 3 guards, with Coley and Crane in the paint. Dowling coming off a sub-state final win over Norwalk, 58-42. And for Dubuque senior Jimmy Cataldo, they beat Muscatine to end up here at state 69-56 in their sub-state final. And each team now getting all the reserves and assistant coaches introduced at this time. What are your keys to the game before we go to our break?
So I think if you're a Dubuque senior, you got to be able to shoot the ball as you have performed throughout the year. We mentioned Dubuque senior, number 1 in three-point shooting percentage. And for the Maroons, you got to play big. Any missed shot, you got to get rebounds. Offensive rebounds, I think, is going to be a key tonight for the Maroons. Putbacks are going to be critical. You know, one thing we don't talk about a whole lot is shooting in an arena versus a gymnasium. The ice sites are completely different. The basket seems so much shorter than what it really is. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams carry on from the outside shooting and see how the Maroons can guard the perimeter. So some things that we got to look at for tonight is the rebounding of the Maroons and, of course, the shooting from Dubuque senior.
All right, Jimmy, we are going to take our final break before tip-off as introductions are still being done. I don't believe we're going to have a national anthem. So, Brady, if you would get ready to play the prayer from Dr. Reed, or Father Reed Flood, and Dr. Ryan's message, we'd appreciate that. And we'll come back here to the Casey Center. It's quarterfinal round action. The first game in Class 4A tonight, Dowling taking on Dubuque Senior, the 4-5 matchup. And we'll have it alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I am Mark Amadeo, and we'll be back with a tip-off. Dowling and Dubuque Senior, the boys state basketball tournament Class 4A, coming up on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
The Catholic Tuition Organization, your sponsor today, supports worthy students wanting a Catholic education. Gifts to CTO are first monies applied to tuition expenses in the Diocese of Des Moines. That means other sources of support will go further. Donations to CTO earn a 75% Iowa tax credit. If you give $1,000, you receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Are underway here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. Tip-up controlled by Dowling Catholic. The Maroons, the home team, wearing their home white uniforms, maroon trim and numbers. And Dubuque Senior in their road Columbia blue and scarlet uniform. Dowling gets the ball underneath the Crane. Layup good. He split the defenders, and Crane got it on the right block.
You know, one thing we were looking for is if Dubuque Senior would play Dowling like Dowling's been seeing in the Norwalks, which would be sag back into the lane, force the Maroons to shoot the outside, and they're actually coming out, pressing the Maroons outside the three-point arc, leaving Charlie Crane open.
Shot in the lane by Schultz is rejected off the weak side by Crane and into the hands of Alfred Coley. So one shot for Senior, and it's been blocked. Dowling with the rebound. Here's Coppola with it. Right side to Crane. Has the ball knocked away, gathers it back, and a foul called on Schultz. So Tevin Schultz, their leading scorer, with the first foul of the ball game. With 7:06 to go here in the first quarter, Dowling leading by the score of 2-0 over Dubuque Senior, and we've played 55 seconds.
Senior has Schultz playing Alfred Coley, and then the Maroons have a big mismatch with Crane being guarded by Rayner.
And how about that? Inbounds pass goes to Coley, hands it off to Noah Martin, shoots the three right wing, right in front of us, good, 5-0 Dowling. Just like that.
Noah Martin's got to come up big tonight. Give out an outside presence by the room, hitting his first three.
You're right. It'll be Nate Jenkins guarding Cooper Porter, who leads the team with 74 made threes. Now here's Rayner working baseline, kicks it back out, 10 on the shot clock. Porter with it. Now gets it in the high post. They reverse it right side to Barrett Reed. Reed with 4 on the shot clock. The countdown comes, and the shot underneath, blocked by Crane again. Rebound Coley. Maroons have had 2 block shots and 2 attempts, and now here's Martin's underneath the Crane, and he jams it through. We may see an early timeout. No, we won't.
Well, the Maroons just taking it right at Dubuque Senior, playing downhill. But one thing, I don't think Dubuque Senior has seen a defensive presence like the Maroons. Playing in Eastern Iowa, we talked about their strength of schedule being 42nd out of 42 teams in Class 4A. Maroons are locking them up early.
They certainly are. Now a long three, up and good, and that is Cooper Porter getting loose. And that thing was near an NBA three, Jimmy.
Well, 75 three-point shots made by Cooper Porter. Just give him a little bit of space, and the kid knocks it down.
First shot that Dowling has not blocked. Now Dowling with the ball in the front court. Here's Noah Martins with it. Martins, guarded by Reed, works the left side, looking down. Now swings it over to Jenkins, now to Crane. He's double teamed, kicks it into Coley in the lane, gets it back to Crane, and the ball thrown away. I think Crane thought Alfred was going to shoot, and he ended up doing a late pass.
Yeah, Charlie Crane gets a little bit of a hold on his arm on the pass before, and then he's looking at the official like, why didn't you call that? But when you get down here, I think you just got to play through a lot of things. Let the officials navigate the game, but you got to be able to play through some contact. Don't get distracted by looking for foul calls. And that time, Charlie got caught up on it.
All right, Senior with the basketball in the front court. They get it underneath to Schultz. And now he passes over to McCullough, who just checked in. He has his shot rejected. 3 blocks already for Dowling, but Senior gets the rebound. With it is Cooper Porter. They work the right side. Now to Schultz, guarded by Coley. Now in the corner it goes. Corner 3 by Meetingler is no good. And a rebound Dowling and Crane.
Well, we knew Dubuque Senior was going to launch threes throughout this game. That's her third three-point shot. Have made 1 so far.
Dowling 7, and Dubuque Senior 3. And now Maroons with the basketball. Martin's dribble drives, and he drew the foul, says Jason Alons. That foul will be on number 21. William Tucker, his first foul for the Rams.
Rams have gone to Colin McCullough, who's just a freshman, 6'5" freshman, came in, and he is guarding Charlie Crane at this point.
Maroons inbound the ball, got a fresh 35. And now Capola for three, top of the key, it's no good. Coley underneath, he slams it home. Nobody blocked out for senior. And the Maroons lead 9-3.
Understanding the offensive opportunities. Alfred Coley sprinting to the basket from top of the key as Capola was shooting that ball. Gets an uncontested offensive rebound put back.
All right, here is senior with the basketball in the front court. Dribble handoff goes to Drake Meetinger. Now they hand it off to Cooper Porter, who's guarded by Jenkins of Dowling. Right, Dowling stays man-to-man. Now catch and shoot for three, no good by Schultz. Rebound the Maroons. One and done is Dubuque senior. And now underneath, and a shot by Martin's no good, but offensive rebound put back up and good by Jenkins, or rather by Coley.
What an absolute awesome play. And it almost looked like an alley-oop as Martins was attacking the baseline, threw the ball up against the backboard, and Coley was right there to grab it opposite weak side put back.
Barrett Reed with it for Dubuque senior. Dowling leads at 11-3. So Maroons with their largest lead of the night of 8 points. First game in Class 4A quarterfinals. Now a catch and shoot. Porter for three, good. Boy, smooth shooter. And Porter's not a very big kid, 6 foot, and that's pushing it. And a catch and shoot from the top of the key.
Dubuque senior does an awesome job setting up Porter with the double pick on Nate Jenkins. Gets a little bit of space and knocks down his second.
Next dead ball, we're going to have reserves coming in. We're going to see Gio Keelis check in for Dowling. Now 15 on the shot clock. Here's Martins, the Maroons point guard, in the lane. Bounce pass to Crane. He slams it through. Charlie Crane sneaking on that baseline, and Martins found him.
All set up by Martin's ability to play downhill and forcing other defenders to collapse on him, leaving the baseline. Charlie Crane attacking the rim for his third dunk, I think, of the night.
13-6, Dowling by 7. 2:15 to go, first quarter, here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. Now with it is Cooper Porter, dribbles baseline, cut off, now double team, looks underneath and found his man, layup good. Sneaking in there, Colin McCullough, the 6'5" freshman with the basket.
All forced by Charlie Crane coming over to help out on that dribble drive, leaving his man open on the backside. McCullough, just a freshman.
Minute 45 remaining, first quarter. 15 on the shot clock, and here is Martin's pull-up jumper from the left elbow, no good. Rebound, Dubuque senior. Dowling leads at 13-8. Now we got a whistle.
Foul on Jenkins.
And a foul on Nate Jenkins, who has the task of guarding Cooper Porter. His first foul, Dowling's first foul of the first half. First quarter, rather. It's 2 team fouls on Dubuque senior. Maroons will bring in Evan Mitchell, 6'4", 245-pound sophomore, the starting right guard in the state championship football team, will play some post minutes for Charlie Crane as Coley stays in. Now they inbound it, and Schultz for three in the corner, no good. Rebound Jenkins and Dowling. 13-8 Maroons. Dowling in the front court. They're going left to right towards the north basket here at the Casey Center. Now here comes a ball screen by Mitchell. They get it over to Jenkins in the corner to Keelis, who just checked in. Giovanni Keelis, 6'3" senior off the bench. Now Keelis with the ball. Corner three from the right side, no good. Mitchell with the tip, it's up and no good. And a rebound out to Drake Meetinger for senior, one of the captains. All right, here's Porter with it. Now they get it underneath to Schultz, dribbles baseline. Now they kick it out for three. It's no good by Wes Rayner. And the offensive put back up and good, and I think that was Schultz that got it.
Schultz, great block out on the weak side on Alfred Coley, and Schultz there to get the offensive rebound put back.
That's Schultz's first basket of the night. 35 seconds remaining. 23 on the shot clock, so there's a differential there. 13-10. Dowling's lead is now 3. There's Martin's right side. Three-point line extended. Backs up. Now dribbles baseline. Tries to find the double team. They leave it for Jenkins for three. Left wing and good. Rolls around the rim and gets the Jimmy Cataldo roll.
Rattled around many spots on that rim and then sinks in. Big three-point shot by Nate Jenkins.
4 seconds remaining. Yep, 16-10 Dowling, and now a long three. Up and no good at the horn by Cooper Porter. We've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines with the score. Dowling Catholic 16, Dubuque Senior 10, and we'll have more coverage of the quarterfinals of Class 4A with the second quarter coming up on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Do you believe in the importance of Catholic education? Do you owe Iowa income tax this year? Consider a gift to the Catholic Tuition Organization to help worthy students attend Catholic schools in the diocese and receive an Iowa tax credit of 75% of your donation. If you give $1,000 to CTO, you'll receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
We're back here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines as we're about to start the second quarter from the boys state basketball tournament, Class 4A, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo, and Dowling leading 16-10 after the first quarter. Jimmy, what are some of your thoughts?
Well, you look at through the first quarter, Dowling's out rebounding Dubuque Senior 8-4. The Maroons have shot 4 3-pointers, have hit 2, and Senior 7 3-pointers on 12 shots. Has hit only 2 of them. Maroons are really having their way inside. 7 of 12 from the field in the first quarter of the Maroons. I got the Maroons down for 3 blocks and 3 offensive rebounds. 2 big keys that I'm keeping track through at least this part of the game.
Both teams have not attempted a free throw here in the opening minutes or opening quarter of this Class 4A quarterfinals. As earlier today, the winners were Ballard defeating Gilbert. That was a 1-8 matchup in Class 3A. Ballard winning that one 70-40. And the next game had Carroll rallying to defeat Pella 50-49. So it'll be Ballard and Carroll 5:30 Wednesday night in the Class 3A semifinal, the first one. ADM defeated Cedar Rapids Xavier 68-59. So ADM will take on Storm Lake, who outlasted Solon 68-60 in overtime. ADM and Storm Lake will be the other semifinal in 3A on Wednesday night. And now here's a long three as Dubuque Senior with the basketball to start things off. That's no good by Rayner. Dowling going coast to coast, and that is Martin's taking it all the way and drawing the foul as he tried to make the layup, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Well, one thing that's very apparent in this game is both teams are going to have to play through some contact. The officials are letting a lot of hand checking going through and a lot of grabbing that's happening, but calling it pretty even on both sides.
Martin's first free throw is no good. That foul was on Barrett Reed. Noah, a 78% free throw shooter on the year. Misses the first one. Second one on the way. Good. Dowling's lead is now 17-10 over Dubuque Senior. The Maroons' largest lead was 8 points in the first quarter. Rams in the front court, right to left in front of us towards the south basket. They get it to Schultz in the right baseline, and he puts up a little baby hook over Mitchell. It's up and good. Nice move by Tevin Schultz.
Two strong individuals that time. Schultz getting the better of Evan Mitchell with a quick turnaround jump shot just from 2 feet.
Dowling with the ball. Crane back in the lineup as Coley has a seat. Now Crane underneath has the ball taken out of his hands. He's triple teamed. Layup with the left hand, no good. Ball kept alive and tipped out, but recovered by Cooper Porter. Now the Rams with it. Porter on the baseline. Gets it to Tucker. Underneath, layup good. They tried to go get Tucker and went for the steal, and Tucker had an uncontested layup.
Tucker with a nice pass fake and then an open layup to the basket.
That was Tucker's first points, one of the starters for the Rams. And it's 17-14. Dowling's lead is now 3. There's Martins. Noah coming off a ball screen by Crane in the lane. Puts up a shot up. Good. Nice. I'll tell you what, he got his body under control and he went right up over Barrett Reed for the score.
Oh, you're looking at Martins. Martins is really attacking both ways at the rim. 6 points, I believe Noah has, 3 assists. Really being the driver right now for the Maroons is if any defender comes on him, he's finding a cutting Charlie Crane or off to Coley. But Martin's really taking it right at Dubuque Senior.
Dowling staying man-to-man. Mismatch is Rayner at 6'2" is being guarded by Charlie Crane at 6'10", and now traveling on Rayner as he tried to post up against Charlie Crane.
Just a second turnover for Dubuque Senior on the night. Maroons just have 1. Both teams playing really good defense, handling the ball well. We talked about Dubuque Senior and their ability to handle the ball. Just 7 turnovers averaging a game for Dubuque Senior, leading Class 4A.
Yeah, that's amazing. Lead Class 4A in the least amount of turnovers, and they're number 1 in 3-point field goal percentage. Dowling with the ball. Coppola back in. Crane with it over to Coppola. He'll fake the 3. Now dribble drives in the lane and puts up a little teardrop shot up and good right over Tevin Schultz.
Coppola showing a lot of strength on that dribble drive. Got his defender to jump on the fake and then goes strong to the basket. Real tough 2-foot high arcing shot.
21-14 Dowling. Dubuque Senior in the front court. Now on the baseline is Cooper Porter. Didn't know whether to shoot the 3. He drove to the lane, put up jumper, good. Cooper Porter. Something other than a 3-point shot. He's got 8 points for the Rams.
Porter, 6-foot senior, and just plays real smooth and nice inside-outside game.
Now Alfred Coley back in as Mitchell sits down in the Dowling lineup. Here's Coley with it. Layup good. He took it from the left wing and went strong to the basket and laid it in at the rim.
One of the few times we saw Alfred Coley laying the ball in. Normally he finishes with a dunk at the end, but that time well-controlled finger roll layup.
I think Crane and Coley have a bet each game of how many dunks they can get, and we've seen it this year. But not there. Dowling with the lead, 23-16 with 4:40 to go. Second quarter here at the Casey Center. Now a long 3 top of the key, no good by Tevin Schultz, the player of the year in the Mississippi Valley Conference, in the Mississippi Division, their conference, and Dowling with the rebound. Maroons with Martins, Coppola, and Keyless, the 3 guards, with Crane and Coley, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Martins in the lane, puts up a shot with the left hand, good! Noah Martins has just stepped up his game the last 6 or 7 games of the season, Jimmy, and you can see it.
It's his ability to play downhill. It just causes defenses so much issues because they're going to have to make a decision, come off their man or allow Noah's defender, and either way, it's hurting you.
Dowling by 9, their largest lead, 25-16. Now a shot in the lane by Rayner. It's blocked into the hands of Coppola. Dowling with the ball with 3:45 to go here in the second quarter. He's now coming off a double high post set for Martins for 3 off the rim, no good. Ball slapped around, and coming away with it is Cooper Porter.
Probably the first bad decision shot by the Maroons is really early in the set, and the Maroons have been taking it right at Dubuque Senior. Time 3-point jump shot.
They work the ball in the paint to Schultz. He kicks it back out to Porter. He won't shoot it. Now he leaves it for Tucker in the lane. Now a bounce pass inside to Schultz, and they threw it away. Good job by the Maroons. They just rotate the defense down. Cooper Nicholson, you know him from football. Well, he's a defensive coach for Dowling, and he's done that here in the basketball squad.
And it's tough if you're Dowling to keep your feet. I mean, they're all jumping at the 3-point shot because they know Dubuque Senior puts them up in bunches. But I'd like to see the Maroons keep their feet, play defense, force them to take a contested shot with a hand in the face.
3 minutes to play. Now Crane underneath. His shot is blocked out of bounds by Schultz. It'll be Dowling basketball. 24 on the shot clock. That time Crane got behind his defender, and then they had weak side help, and the ball blocked away by Schultz, and Tevin came in from the weak side. Headed to Division II Rockhurst next year, the big guy for Senior.
Impressive move by Schultz coming across and blocking Crane at the rim. Wow.
Here's Keyless with the basketball, has the ball slapped away. Now 15 on the shot clock. With the basketball is Maddox Coppola. Maddox is free safety in football. Leaves it for Crane. His shot blocked underneath. Tipped by Coley, no good. Alfred gets the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball between Coley and Cooper Porter was at the bottom.
Yeah,
of
the
pile.
Maroons are looking for fouls, and you can't stress enough, you got to play through this. I think this, you make it this far down into the tournament, and the officials are going to let a lot of this go, and the Maroons have to play through all this contact. Right now, I think they're looking for fouls to be called that they're just not being called.
Yeah, got to play through the contact. Here's Crane with it as Dowling keeps possession. Now Jenkins for three, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Keyless. A head fake, now loses the basketball, and a steal by Cooper Porter. It's 25-16 Dowling, 2.5 minutes to go. Second quarter from the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Brady Grimm, our studio producer. Now a little baby hook shot in the lane, no good by Schultz. Rebound Dowling and Crane.
Not many offensive rebounds for Dubuque Senior on the night. Maroons are crashing defense and offensive rebounds. Doing a heck of a nice job with that.
Coley with it. Maroons swinging on the base, on the perimeter rather. Here's Coppola, three-point line extended just in front of us. Dubuque Senior stays man-to-man. Dowling's been man-to-man all night. Now here's Coppola underneath the Crane. Now he's got a mismatch. He'll fire a jumper. It's up and no good. And rebounded by Cooper Porter, and a foul on Coley. That'll be Alfred's first. With 1:43 to play here in the second quarter. Dubuque Senior basketball. Martins will check in for Dowling, and he will replace Keyless, I believe. So Maroons back to their starting five here, Jimmy. The starting three guards, Martins, Jenkins, and Coppola, with Coley and Crane in the paint. Here is Barrett Reed dribbling across the timeline, guarded by Martins. 1.5 to go. Reed picks up his dribble, left wing, now is getting double teamed, looking for an open man, finally gets the Schultz top of the key. To Tucker underneath, and a shot up and good. Nice move by William Tucker. Averaging 3.5 points, and he got it there.
Dubuque Senior didn't have much else to go with on that offensive set. Tucker taking the ball strong against Coppola, finishing strong, cutting the lead to 7.
Tucker with 4 points for Dubuque Senior. Under a minute to play, 15 on the shot clock. Dowling by 7, 25-17. Here's Martins with it, and he loses the basketball right into the hands of Schultz. Slipped right out of his hands as he was going to the basket. Now the other way we go, and now traveling called as Cooper Porter couldn't get to a jump stop. And it'll be Dowling basketball. And the turnovers are going up. That'll be the third turnover on Dubuque Senior.
One thing, they're stopped moving, and I think that becomes an issue when Dubuque Senior is able to play comfortable in their defensive set. I think moving without the basketball has to be strong here with the Maroons finishing out this half.
Dowling leading the reboundings, 15-7. Both teams with 3 turnovers. Now underneath Martins, his shot off the glass too strong. Coley with the reverse layup. His shot up and good. He's fouled. The basket will count. And Alfred Coley to the free throw line for an and one.
And that's where the Maroons are making this game their own, is when one of their guards is able to attack the basket, play downhill, put up a shot, and then finding Alfred Coley or Charlie Crane attacking the basket to get the offensive rebound. Offensive rebound number 5 for the Maroons.
And now the free throw no good, but offensive rebound Jenkins with 24 seconds remaining. The Maroons will try to hold for the last shot. Coley with 8 points here in the first half. And we have 18 seconds remaining in the half, and Dowling with the ball right in front of us, Jenkins. Maroons have 2 guards that are parallel to each other out beyond the three-point arc. Now they hand it off to Martins. Noah behind the back. Step back 3, up and no good. And we go to halftime with Dowling Catholic leading by the score of 27-18 over Dubuque Senior here in this first half. Jimmy Cataldo has quite a first half in game 1 in the Class 4A quarterfinals.
Well, we talked about the keys of the game. The Maroons have to play big. Rebounding is going to be critical. The Maroons have a size advantage. Maroons out rebounding Dubuque Senior through one half, 17-7, and have held Dubuque Senior 2 of 9 from three-point range, which is well under their average.
And for Dowling?
Oh, Dowling, like I said, Dowling has 17 rebounds. Maroons are shooting 2 of 7 from 3, 12 of 25, 48% from the field. Really attacking the basket, and that's where the Maroons are making this game their own is the ability to play inside the paint with Alfred Coley and Charlie Crane, but also the ability of Noah Martins to play downhill, really opening some things up for the bigs.
Maroons 1 of 3 at the free throw line in the first half, and Dubuque Senior has not attempted a free throw. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back as we'll take a 1-minute break. Brady, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Halftime of the boys Class 4A quarterfinals. Dowling 27, Dubuque Senior 18. When we come back, athletic director and head football coach Tom Wilson made his way to press row. From the administrative side, we'll talk to him next here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, the fourth Sunday in this fifth week of Lent is an ascetical powerhouse in the Byzantine Catholic liturgical calendar. This week features the brilliant work of 3 great masters of the spiritual life and culminates in the special service to the Mother of God. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Casey Center here in Dowling. Halftime of the boys Class 4A quarterfinals. Dowling Catholic leading Dubuque Senior by the score of 27-18 here at halftime, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, Brady Grimm, our studio producer, joined now by athletic director and head football coach Tom Wilson here at halftime. Coach, thanks for joining us. Busy week, 2 weeks in a row. You're down here at the Casey Center, and it's not to watch the tractor pull with this guy, Mr. Cataldo, with me. It's about watching state basketball, girls and boys. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thank you, and great thing to be down here 2 weeks in a row, and obviously we're very familiar, and great year by our girls. I know it didn't end like they wanted, and a tough overtime loss to Waukee Northwest, and Johnston wins it again, and now we've got our boys here off to a good start in this quarterfinal game.
Coach, it's amazing because in football you play district football. You don't have a conference, but this conference has 5 teams in the boys tournament, 6 in the girls, and it's like this is a rematch of a regular season game on a Tuesday or Friday night when you match up Dowling with the rest of the conference that have made it to state. That's tremendous.
It is, and name the sport. Obviously, as you said, other than football, week in and week out, night in and night out, there are no weeks off, and here Urbandale plays here later, and we were fortunate enough to beat them twice this year, but it tells you what kind of quality we have in the league as they earn their way here.
Well, I know it had to be disappointing for the Dowling girls. They had to play Waukee Northwest for the 3rd time, and Sam Powell's team got them. They got a chance to take on Johnson and knock them off, but that didn't happen. Johnson, the 3-time winner in girls basketball in 5A. But talk about the season the girls had. Nothing to hang, nothing to be ashamed of. They lost to some pretty good teams. They didn't lose many, but what a season it was for the Dowling girls, who played in 3 different states and 4 different. They played against 4 different states and in 3 different states, in Minnesota, Missouri, and Nebraska. What a season.
Well, it was, and obviously I think Coach Meyer does, and her staff really do a great job. And, our girls were prepared, but you've got to really be on your game every time you take the floor. And we talked about conference play, but obviously when you get to state play, it's win or go home. And unfortunately, we didn't get it done, but a great group of girls, a great group of coaches, and they certainly had an outstanding year.
Well, you look at the winter sports as the athletic director, and it just has you moving in so many different directions. And I don't think I can remember having a successful fall and winter season as the Dowling Athletics have done. You look at the boys and girls bowling team finished really strong. The wrestling team, had a really successful season. And then on top of that, the basketball. How do you even things out? How do you keep working with these different sports inside and out and continue seeing their success?
Well, to be honest with you, the first thing we have is good coaches, and Coach Finch and the job he's done with wrestling, and his staff has been fantastic. We as we sit here at the boys game, obviously the boys basketball has had a tremendous year. Coach Uri finished in the top 10 in swimming. Not to mention dance had a phenomenal year. Cheer did too. Dance went to nationals down in Florida, something that they had been shooting for, and were very successful down there. So, as you mentioned, we've had a lot of good things, and that's good coaches and great kids and a lot of work put in.
Well, you look at now you move to the spring, which brings out a lot of the track, and I saw the track boys and girls getting set. I believe they have an indoor meet today, and a lot of kids out for track. Shows the strength of that program and Coach Jared Herring.
Yeah, 150, 160 boys out for track. I'm not sure how he juggles it all, but he does. I just know his staff keeps growing. And, yeah, they are at UNI right now. I think our girls are tomorrow. Soccer will really get going after spring break, as well as boys tennis. And, we'll have, on the club side, our girls flag football will get going. That continues to grow, and that's not under my umbrella, but I keep an eye on it.
I'll bet you do.
And, one of the better players on that team is Olivia Meredith.
Absolutely. Quarterback.
Olivia, she doesn't like to play quarterback. Olivia was on the basketball team. She's out for soccer, but she was a freshman quarterback for us in our football program, and I'm telling you right now, she can play.
That's right. And then the Sears girl, Adrian Sears, also is going to go out, from what I understand, and she's played basketball like football a lot of times. She's hard-nosed.
Well, I'm going to tell you also, when she was in parochial school, she would come to our Catholic Football League camp, and she was one of the better ones there at that time. So wow. They've got some players.
We visited with head coach Tom Wilson, the Dowling football team, also the athletic director. We're at halftime of the boys state basketball tournament, Class 4A. Dowling playing in the first game tonight in the quarterfinals, leading Dubuque Senior 27-18. What do you think about this first half, Coach? I know you're not a basketball guy. You've told me that many times. You're more of golf and other recreational sports. But what do you think about this first half?
I err on the side of the wrestling side.
That's right.
In the winter.
And then we had a men's fast pitch reference from my man Berger. I didn't realize he struck you out, and that's something that he's going to tell.
He didn't mention the other three at bats, but no, it's a great start. Obviously we hadn't been down here for a while, and this group had never been down here, and for them to have a lead at half is a good thing, and it doesn't look like it's too big for us, and obviously it's going to be 4 quarters, and we're going to have to play that way, and Dubuque Senior got here for a reason.
Well, our former coach, Clay Fieldcame, will be coaching game number 2, and that is Urbandale taking on the number 1 seeded team and ranked team, Cedar Falls. Might stick around and watch Clay in that game, because Dowling's going to get the winner of that on Monday morning at 10:30 if the Maroons can hold on here. The bottom bracket has Waukee Northwest, the 3rd seed, taking on Johnson. That's a 3-6 matchup. That'll be followed by Waukee and Cedar Rapids Prairie. Those will be tomorrow morning at 10:30 and 12:15 respectively. So again, it's a CIML conference meet here at the boys state basketball tournament, as it was last week at the girls tournament, Coach.
Yeah, it sure is. I'm glad we got the 5:30 p.m. game instead of the 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. So I think Coach Einerson would agree with that.
My partner here is getting spring break-itis, I think.
Well,
right?
I have to agree with you because of my job. I mean, having a 5:30 game is so much better than that 10:30 game. But hey, anytime our guys and gals, for that matter, can continue on, I'll take vacation and continue on with them. But I pulled into the parking lot yesterday to watch some of the quarterbacks receivers throw, and couldn't notice, but the fencing going around and the demolition occurring on the campus of Dowling. What are we going to see over the next 3 to 6 months on the campus?
Well, first house went down today. We own 4 of those houses. We actually own 5, but the 4 in a row, one of them went down today. You should see all of them come down here fairly soon. A lot of trees will come out over spring break, and then you're going to see a lot of earth moving, and it's more parking lots to begin with there on that west side, and the addition of a second entrance off of 17th Street. So it's really the first phase. That's what we've got okay for, and since the houses are coming down and trees will be coming down, we have progress. So that's a lot to look forward to.
How's this going to affect football practice next year, maybe for the lower levels, because those grass fields are now parking lots?
100%. Though you'll see us up closer to Buffalo Road with our 8th grade, and then there's times where the varsity has to go over there when we have a Monday night game with the JV that's at home, or an 8th grade game that are on Tuesday night. We'll be over there up by Buffalo Road, be just like old times.
So if everything goes as expected in progress, which never happens, but let's be wishful thinking here, everything goes as planned, you would expect a completion when?
Oh, boy. All depends on how fundraising goes. But, I mean, you're looking 3 to 5 years, depending on how things go. But, you know, I think either in this phase or if we get approval for the next phase, you're going to start seeing steel go up. That's one of the big things we've had to do is you pre-order a lot of that steel ahead of time. You can't just say, okay, we're ready to start building walls, because you won't have the materials ready. So we've got some of that ordered and sitting somewhere, and whenever we get the okay, we'll start moving forward with that. So piece by piece.
Absolutely. Visit with Coach Tom Wilson, Dowling Catholic Athletic Director and head football coach. Coach, any parting words before, not a bad crowd here, but we've seen more of the student body. I know we got the big track meet going on, so that got underway, but, moving on, there'll be hopefully to Thursday. You're going to have the early game on Thursday morning if things work out.
Yeah, and that's not a school day for us. You've got to let kids out of school to get a bunch of them here.
It's true.
No, you survive and advance, and like I said, we're going to have to play 2 grade halves, and we've got one of them under our belt.
Coach, thanks for sitting with us, giving us an update, and keeping me away from Cataldo here at halftime. I need a buffer. I appreciate it.
How about the guy taking time off to get here? That says a lot.
It's almost disgusting watching. It almost looks like one of my family reunions with this guy around Media Row. There's a lot of hugging, a lot of kissing, and it's almost disgusting.
He's been complaining about the parking because he got lost. He thought he had Rockstar parking. He had his name on a post out here, and they asked him to move, and he moved up here, and he had to pay $13.
Well, I'd have been complaining about that too.
Okay, thanks. You're not helping. Tom Wilson,
right,
thank you. Our athletic director, Tom Wilson, visited with us at halftime. We're going to take a 1-minute break and come back. We are at halftime, despite what Jimmy Cataldo says. We are at halftime. Dowling leading Dubuque Senior 27-18. In the first quarterfinal in Class 4A here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. Back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
I once spoke with a priest of a large suburban parish with thousands of members who told me that he could count on one hand the number of dinner invitations he had received over the past year from his parishioners. This shocked me, as I knew he was very busy with his ministry, and I assumed that he was frequently invited to homes and activities of his parishioners. Yet such was not the case. Indeed, it is easy to take our priests for granted. Our priests are men who have sacrificed everything, marriage, family, children, for the sake of the gospel. And yet they are but men, who like everyone need to be encouraged, welcomed, and loved. Let us find ways to involve them in the lives of our families. Let us pray for them that they will grow in the grace of God and be protected from the attacks of the enemy. And let us pray the Lord to send more priestly laborers into the harvest fields, so that the people of God might be sanctified, supported, and led in our earthly pilgrimage toward our Father's house. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
Welcome back to the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines. About ready to start the second half. Thanks to Athletic Director and Head Football Coach Tom Wilson. Our guest here at halftime, Mark Emmedill alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Both teams switch baskets. Dubuque Senior has the ball first. They are heading towards the north basket here at Wells Fargo Arena. I think they got their starting 5 out there. There's now 15 on the shot clock. They hand it off to Cooper Porter. Leaves it for Drake Meetinger, who gets the second half start. That is a change. And now a shot in the baseline. It's up and no good by Porter. And rebound knocked out of bounds. Charlie Crane was doing battle on the floor with Drake Meetinger. And it'll be senior basketball. And Charlie kind of got his shoulder tightened up. Might have hit the floor a little too hard.
I think Dubuque Senior's doing everything they can to find and set up Cooper Porter on the three-point shot. He hit 2 3-pointers in the first half, and nice shooting individual. Leads the state with 74 made threes coming into the game.
Rayner with it. Now he leaves it for Barrett Reed. Reed picks up his dribble. Now dribble handoff to Reed. Spins in the lane. His shot blocked by Crane. Ball slapped in the front court. Noah Martins with an uncontested layup. It's good. And that's how you stifle a team. You hold them to about 30 seconds on the shot clock, and they lose the basketball, and Noah Martins with his 10th point. Wow.
Starting with Charlie Crane's 4th block in the night. Run out, lay in by Noah Martins. Noah Martins now up to 10 points on the night.
Dowling with their starting 5 in. Now they got Schultz on the baseline. Kicks it back out to Rayner. His shot is no good. Rebound Dowling, and now Martins with it. It's Nate Jenkins, Noah Martins, Maddox Capola, Alfred Coley, and Charlie Crane, the starting 5 for Dowling. Start the second half. Here's Coley with it. Gets it to Martins. They're trying to overplay him, and that's Reed who has that. Underneath is Coley, and he shoots and scores. And a nice move by Alfred. Kept his body under control, and a foul on one of the big guys for Dubuque Senior.
We talked about the ability to play through contact. Quit looking at the officials. Play through the contact that time. That's what Alfred Coley did. Went hard to the rim, played through a lot of contact, drew the foul with a nice layup.
And I think they're checking for blood on one of the players, Drake Meetinger. He's in there. And let's see, the foul is on Wes Rayner, number 1. First team foul for Dubuque Senior here in the second half. Coley with a chance for an and one has 10 points. Free throw good. Alfred would make it 11 points.
Maroons 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. And it's been an Achilles heel for the Maroons, and shooting 50% through almost 3 quarters is a good thing for the Maroons.
32-18 Dowling, and now a three-pointer up and good. They get it right in the hands of Tevin Schultz. That's his first 3 of the night. He has 7 points. 32-21 Maroons. Dowling's largest lead has been 14 points here in the second half. Now here's the ball knocked around and picked up by Capola. Back to Martins, and now Maddox for 3, up and rolls around the end and goes through. Gets the Jimmy Nahas roll.
We'll call it the Jimmy Nahas.
That's right.
Hits the front of the rim, hits the back of the rim, backboard, and then dives into the basket. Big 3-point answer by Maddox Capola.
Absolutely.
With 5 points.
And that is his 5th point of the night. And we've got a quick timeout. What do we have? Ball go out of bounds and a substitution for Dubuque Senior. I don't know if they ever figured out who had the blood on them. They're going to take Wes Rayner out. Now throwing the ball in will be William Tucker. And a 5-second call. Good job by Maddox Capola guarding the inbounds pass right across from us.
You look across the board, the Maroons certainly have a size advantage, and they're taking advantage of it. Maddox Capola playing big on William Tucker there, prohibiting him from throwing the ball in, and big 5-second violation. That's a 4th turnover for Dubuque Senior.
Dowling by 14 with 5:15 to go here in the third quarter here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. Now backdoor cut by Capola, reverse layup, good! Beautiful pass from the right elbow by Charlie Crane to find Capola.
Finding Capola, and then Capola having the patience to work across the back of the rim for a reverse layup. 7th point for Capola.
Dowling by 16, their largest lead of the night. Now loose ball on the floor was Porter, and he drew the foul.
Nate Jenkins with his 2nd foul on the night, and hoping to keep him out of foul trouble, drawing a very tough defensive assignment on Cooper Porter.
Now Colin McCullough in, the freshman, 6'5" freshman who comes in the post, and I'll whistle a foul on Noah Martin. So Dowling, 2 quick fouls. Noah with his first. And it'll be the 2nd team foul on Dowling here in the third quarter. 1 on Dubuque Senior. Rams bring it in. Dribble handoff to Porter. Now they kick it back up top. McCullough won't shoot it. Now they get it in the corner. That bounce pass underneath, left block. This is Schultz, guarded by Coley. He won't shoot it. Ball on the floor and picked off by Charlie Crane. One dribble too much for the Rams.
Wait, senior Charlie Crane, freshman McCullough. Charlie Crane fighting, ripping the ball away from the freshman.
Now Crane underneath. His shot up and good. Good feed that time by Maddox. Coppola with the assist.
Just taking advantage of size. And right now, Charlie Crane, I don't think has found anybody within, 4 or 5 inches from guarding him.
Dowling by 18. Now here is Schultz dribbling baseline. Kicks it in the middle. It's stolen away by Martins. Noah with it. Gets through traffic. Lob pass underneath. They try to get to Crane. It's stolen away by Dubuque Senior, but Maddox steals it away. Coppola with it. Underneath, it's Crane for 2 on the baseline. Good, and a timeout, Dubuque Senior. And Charlie Crane with 10 points becomes the second player in double figures, third player for the Maroons in double figures. And Dowling has the lead, 41-21, Jimmy Cataldo. A 20-point lead for the Maroons. We will keep it here.
Just a real patient offensive set. The Maroons went back and forth, got back-to-back turnovers on Dubuque Senior, but the patience to work the ball around and finding Charlie Crane with a 6-foot jump shot from the baseline. Real tough shot for Charlie Crane, and right now that's the answer for the Maroons. It's the ability for the Maroons to play downhill by their guards, finding and taking advantage of the size with Charlie Crane out for Coley has really extended this lead for the Maroons.
Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Construction Professionals. Jimmy, we talked about this a little bit in the pregame, but Dowling's schedule, and they have these all graded out. Dowling played the 6th toughest schedule, and here they are, 4th seeded in this tournament. Dubuque Senior, the 42nd toughest schedule, and they're seeded basically ranked 11th in that, but they are seeded 5th in this tournament. Now, not that it comes into play. Senior played Cedar Falls to a 3-point game at Senior a couple weeks before the season ended. So, everybody's played tough teams, and now on this floor, in this environment, with the shooting backdrop that you have here, it's just amazing. And Senior's been here 3 straight years.
But the Maroons have feel like they're battle tested throughout this year, just playing a grind of a CIML schedule. And I said it earlier, I don't think Dubuque Senior has seen a defense that the Maroons are deploying on them tonight. Nate Jenkins playing really tough defense on Cooper Porter. 3 of 12 tonight is Dubuque Senior.
All right, Sam Ralston checks in for Dowling, number 1, a 6-foot junior in the lineup. Now Senior with 15 on the shot clock. They get it out to Schultz, who's guarded by Coley. Schultz in the lane. His shot blocked by Crane, who came over to help. Ball knocked out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock. So how about that dynamic duel? Coley's guarding Schultz in the paint, and weak side help from Charlie Crane with another block shot.
Charlie Crane's able to play off of McCullough because he's not a big threat from the outside, providing help for Alfred Coley. That's the 6th block tonight for Charlie Crane.
Now the ball stolen away by Jenkins. Inbounds pass by Cooper Porter. Jenkins with the steal. Now he gets it immediately in the front court. Waits for the rest of his team. As we have 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining third quarter. Dowling by 20. 41-21 over Dubuque Senior. Now here's Jenkins. Fakes the 3. Now leaves to Ralston on the baseline. He's cut off and steps out of bounds to Sam Ralston. It'll be a turnover against the Maroons. And turnover 8 for Dubuque Senior, and Dowling with their fourth turnover. What an improvement for the Maroons. Value in each possession here in the first round of the Boys State Class 4A tournament.
Well, that time Dubuque Senior really amped up their defense. Double teaming the ball.
Now they get it to Tucker. Dribbles baseline. Now they kick it back out. 15 on the shot clock. A long 3. Up and good by Miedinger.
Well, the Maroons are going to have to guard the 3-point arc. Dubuque Senior is going to put them up by bunches, especially being down, 17 points.
41-24, Dowling with the lead, 2:20 to go, third quarter, here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. The Class 4A quarterfinals getting underway. This is game 1. It'll be followed by Urbandale and Cedar Falls, number 1 versus 8 seed. Now Crane for 3, up good, left wing. Who's going to come out and guard that?
It was almost like, no, and then he makes it. All right, that's good. You can shoot that shot. But
Crane with his 10th made 3 of the season. He has 13 points tonight. Minute 50 to play. Dowling 44. Senior 24. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, Brady Grimm, our studio producer. Here's Senior with the basketball. They can't get off a shot. Tucker now throws it away, and they say it went off of a Dowling player with 12 on the shot clock. And Martins and Keyless checking in for the Maroons. And Jenkins will sit down, and who will sit down with him? Maddox, Capola. Those two gentlemen got everything started.
It's a welcome break for Nate Jenkins. As you looked at that offensive set, I think he fought through 4 different picks trying to get Cooper Porter open. Nate Jenkins fighting through everything. Well-deserved break.
Now we got a whistle and a foul before the inbounds pass. And let's see who they pick that up. It's going to be Coley picking up the foul. That'll be his second. And team foul number 3 on Dowling here in the third quarter with a minute 40 remaining. Dubuque Senior with 1 team foul. Now the inbound the ball to Porter. Underneath, he's triple teamed, and he finds Rayner for the basket. Somebody had to be open. It was Rayner with his first points of the game.
So 5-0 run now for Dubuque Senior. Big possession for the Maroons.
All right, Dowling with the ball. Ralston back in. He and Keyless and Martins. Now they double team Martins. Somebody's got to be open. In the lane, a shot up, left it short. Rebound Senior, and 2 free throws coming for Noah Martins. And let's see who the foul is on.
23. That's Drake. Meeting her.
That's his first foul. Martin's free throw is good. So Meetinger with his first foul. Martins at the free throw line has 10 points tonight, and that's his first free throw of the second half. He's got 11. 45-26 Dowling. Second free throw no good. Evan Mitchell in there for the Maroons. And second free throw no good. So Senior with the rebound. They go left to right. A minute to play. And nice save that time by Rayner right in front of us. So I knew you were going to catch it if it went out of bounds.
I don't know if I could stop Rayner from jumping into my lap.
Well, first thing is protect me, then protect the equipment. Corner 3 up and good. That is Drake Meetinger, and he's heated up. He's got 6 points and a pair of threes in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you see it. You feel the momentum starting to shift a little bit to Senior as they're amping up their defense a little bit. I think they found a lineup that they like.
Shot clock at 20. 5-second differential on the game clock. Run over the final 25 seconds of the third quarter. Here's Martins with it, guarded by Porter. 9 on the shot clock. Martins underneath, going through traffic. Leaves it for Ralston for 3. It's no good. Tip no good, and a rebound clears out by Rayner. Lead pass down court to Schultz, and his layup is good at the horn. Schultz with 9 points. And we've come to the end of the third quarter here in the Class 4A quarterfinals. And what a matchup this is with Dowling and Dubuque Senior. Our score, Dowling 45, Dubuque Senior 31, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. We'll return with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com. Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, the fourth Sunday in this fifth week of Lent is an ascetical powerhouse in the Byzantine Catholic liturgical calendar. This week features the brilliant work of 3 great masters of the spiritual life and culminates in this special service to the Mother of God. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
All right, we're back here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Just about ready to start the fourth quarter. Dowling outscoring Senior 18-15 in that third quarter. Maroons lead at 45-31, but a nice little run out by the Rams as they scored 3 3-pointers in that third quarter, Jimmy, along with Tevin Schultz's basket at the buzzer. And they could have been really blown out in that quarter. It was like 18-7 at one time before they scored the last several points.
Yeah, especially going into this fourth quarter. I think, if you're Dowling, you got to keep on the gas. I mean, 8 minutes to go, and Dubuque, you got to give Dubuque Senior a lot of respect in their ability to shoot the three-point shot. So I wouldn't be watching the clock as much as I want to be able to attack, do what's working with you. Senior has really changed up their defense and is forcing the guards out rather than allowing them to play downhill, which has been a recipe for success for them to fight back into this game a little bit.
All right, be Dowling basketball to start the fourth quarter. Martin's in the backcourt, has it right in front of us. Capola back in, Dowling back to their starting five with Jenkins, Capola, Martins, the three guards, with Alfred Coley and Charlie Crane. Jenkins with it underneath to Crane, and he slams it through. Nice pass that time by Jenkins, and Charlie Crane probably has as many dunks as he has block shots.
And there you go for the Maroons, and that's been the success. Attack and find the cutting bigs. That time Charlie Crane, leaving no doubt, up to 12 points for Crane. 15 points for Crane, and now turnover by Dubuque Senior. Dowling the other way, and the ball slapped out of bounds by Noah Martins. It'll be Dowling basketball, as digging back in was Barrett Reed, and it went off of him. It'll be Dowling basketball. Turnover number 9 for Dubuque Senior. Dowling has 5, has handled the ball extremely well in comparison to what they have been doing, averaging almost 11 turnovers on the year.
Dowling leading the rebounding edge 19-11 in this contest. And Dowling with the ball, they inbound the ball with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Capola, he's double teamed. They get it to Martins on the baseline, and the ball kicked out of bounds off of Tevin Schultz right at the left block as Dowling tried to enter the ball to Crane.
Again, that time forcing Noah Martins to the sideline rather than the baseline has been really helpful for Dubuque Senior, not allowing the Maroons to get the ball inside.
All right, here's Martins with it. 10 on the shot clock. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Noah, pull-up jumper. Up good. Right at the right elbow. And right over Barrett Reed, Noah Martins.
Martins finding himself back to the middle of the floor and then tacking downhill with a nice 8-foot jump shot. Elevating really high. Big shot by Noah Martins. 13 points on the night.
Martins with 13 points. Crane with 15 points. And Alfred Coley with 11. Maddox Capola 7 points. And Nate Jenkins with 3. Here's Senior across the timeline. Dubuque Senior fans behind us here on press row, as the visiting fans are always behind the media for some reason. Now here's a backdoor cut by Schultz underneath. Layup off the glass, too strong. Rebound Coley. And a loose ball foul on Dubuque Senior. He was double teamed. I think they're going to get Rayner from behind with the foul.
Just time and time again, you get so impressed with Alfred Coley, just a junior. His ability to elevate and attack the rebounds has just been impressive. That's rebound number 7 on the night for Alfred Coley, and just dominating as a junior.
Right, Jenkins dribbling the ball across the timeline, guarded by Porter. Now they get it to Capola. Dubuque Senior very quick in their defensive stance. They're right up on you, but the Maroons have been able to play through it. Now whistle, and we got an illegal screen called, I think, on Maddox Capola. Nope, it'll be on Jenkins. They're going to get Jenkins for the illegal screen. And bodies hit the floor. That'll be his third foul, Jimmy.
Well, I by far didn't see that one. Looking for a replay. I just thought Schultz was just fighting to get to Noah Martins and fell on his own teammate. Official saw it otherwise.
Dubuque Senior in the front court. Dribbling up is Cooper Porter. The pass goes right side to Reed, and we got a reach-in foul on Martins. So Noah with his second foul. And Maroons starting to get the fouls added up. 2 fouls for Dowling, 1 for Dubuque Senior. Under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Dowling leading 49-31. Maroons' largest lead has been 20 points. That was back in the third quarter. Now a backdoor cut stolen away by Dowling. I think it was tipped into the hands of Martins underneath Crane with it, and he draws the foul. And Charlie to the free throw line, and this is where it gets difficult for the Maroons. Crane a 48% free throw shooter, or Coley, a 51% free throw shooter. This is where the Maroons have got to come through.
You go back to Maddox Coppola here, deflecting that pass as he was getting picked. He went around his pick, deflected the ball for the turnover for the Maroons.
Crane misses the first free throw. Charlie's 0 for 1 on the night, has 15 points. He'll get another. Tonight's game, the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Fast Signs and Clive, Skeffton's Formal Wear, and Catholic Tuition Organization. The second free throw is good. 16 points now for Crane.
With 5.5 minutes to go in this game, I think you cut this game down to a 2-minute game and you just play for 2 minutes. And if it's holding the ball out, you got to knock some clock a little bit. Don't want to get in foul trouble. That's team foul number 3 on the Maroons.
That's the fourth on Jenkins. Ooh. So Nate picks up his fourth foul, and that'll get Gio Keelis in. Gio's Mr. Instant Offense, comes in averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds off the bench, and leads the team in free throw shooting with 72%. And he's going to have to play a little defense here, see how they rotate anybody.
Now that puts Coppola on Porter. A really good matchup for the Maroons there.
They're going to put Keelis on Colton McCullough, who's in for the first time, the 6'1 junior. Now Tucker with it for Dubuque Senior. Tucker in the lane, stops. Can't get the shot off. They leave it for Schultz. Schultz, handoff to Tucker. 15 on the shot clock in the lane. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound and putback good by the Rams, and that being Colin McCullough with his 4th point and a timeout. Dubuque Senior, this will be a 30-second break. We'll keep it here with 5:13 to go here in the 4th quarter. Dowling 50. Dubuque Senior 33 alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo, and what a run by the Maroons. They outscore the Rams 18-13 in that 3rd quarter to lead by 14, but they had a 20-point lead, and the Rams trying to get that to single digits here in the next 2 to 3 minutes, because that's what you want. You want single digits when you get under 2 minutes.
Well, and it's the ability to control the ball. So we talked about Noah Martins being the quarterback of this team throughout, so he's got to be the guy to handle the basketball, but Maroons can't sit there and watch. They got to continue to move around, allow Martins to find open guys, and hopefully get Dubuque Senior to over-defend and find an easy basket at the rim. But one of the keys was the Maroons had to come up big with a great defensive effort, and I think, so far with 5 minutes to go in this game, I think their defensive effort has been so impressive. Keeping Cooper Porter, big three-point shooting guard, just to 8 points, two made three-pointers on the night, and then their big contributed Tevin Scholes to 9, averaging 25 points a game.
All right, here's a foul in the backcourt to get the ball into Giovanni Keelis, and that'll be team foul number 3 on the Rams.
So full court press by Dubuque Senior, and I think they're going to overplay, maybe force a turnover or fouls and make the Maroons beat you from the free throw line. I think that may be the only way to get back into this game.
They get the ball to Coppola from Keelis, and now to Martins, who's being guarded closely between the circles. Maroons playing a little 3-man weave with their guards beyond the circle. Now Martins they want to double team him, they can't. Noah between the legs. 15 on the shot clock. Dribbles in the lane, kicks it out to Crane for 3, up, no good. And the rebound, Schultz and Dubuque Senior. So Maroons wound some clock, but they didn't get the shot they wanted, I don't think.
Not the shot by far. I think Dubuque Senior is really extended outside the lane. Could have found something at the rim.
All right, here's Schultz with it. Head fake on Coley. Can't get the shot off. Now they kick it out to Colton McCullough, the 6'1 junior. His younger brother, the 6'5 post player, was in earlier. Now on the baseline, pull-up jumper. Tucker is no good. And we got a loose ball foul. I got a whistle on Dowling.
Noah Martins on the rebound.
And on Noah, that'll be his 3rd foul. Now re-entering the contest, Barrett Reed for Dubuque Senior. Also in there, Drake Meetinger, the 6'2 senior. So they bring in their experience off the bench. Keelis will sit down for Dowling, and Jenkins back in. Nate with 4 fouls.
Maroons going with their starting lineup. I think it's been the most efficient lineup of this game.
And now here's Reed's shot. It's blocked at three-pointer. Rebound Martins and Dowling. Maroons are blocking three-point shots with their guards. And now a reach-in foul called on Barrett Reed. That'll be his 2nd. And that'll be team foul number 4 on Dubuque Senior.
It's incredible to see how how much Noah Martins can elevate. The block on the three-point shot, I mean, my goodness.
Blocks are for Coley and Crane, the 6'8" and 6'10" guys. And here's Jenkins with a block shot.
I was just impressed how much he can elevate, and we've seen him be able to put down dunks, and he's been impressive his senior year.
Maroons inbound the ball, leading 50-33. We've been stuck on that score. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, and now foul on Barrett Reed. That'll be his third, and that'll be, I believe, the 14 foul. No, 15 foul. So Martins to the free throw line, Dowling in the double bonus with 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Maroons leading 50-33.
You know, Maroons up 17 points 4 minutes ago, getting to the free throw line. We've talked about it in the last several games by the Maroons, just not been able to capitalize the free throws. But one of the poor shooting free throw teams in Class 4A. That's now 5 of 9 tonight from the free throw line of the Maroons.
First free throw good by Martins. Second one up, good. He's got 15 points, 2 for 2 in that sequence. 52-33, Dowling by 19. Duke Senior with the basketball, worked the left baseline, fall away jumper by Cooper Porter, no good. And Porter gets the rebound, puts the shot up, blocked by Charlie Crane into the hands of Noah Martins. 3:20 remaining. Martins in the lane. Off balance shot, no good. Rebound Crane. His put back up, no good. And ball slapped out of there and into the hands of Drake Meetinger. So Meetinger comes away with it. Duke Senior with it. They get it inside to Schultz. His shot up and good over Crane and Coley. Nice move by Tevin Schultz. He's got 11.
Powered his way inside to the lane, and Alfred Coley couldn't do much about that. Even the help by Charlie Crane.
30-second timeout called. I want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Bows and the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Iowa Wealth Management, and Construction Professionals. If everything works out, our next broadcast, I got to check your travel itinerary, but 3:03 to go, fourth quarter, Dowling leading 52-35 over Dubuque Senior. If everything goes correctly for the Maroons, they will play Thursday morning. Were you going to be in the state of Minnesota, South Dakota, or what state of mind will you be in, Coach Cataldo?
I mean, I don't know if I go back to my original contract that taking days off, personal time to
you admitted that. You had the athletic director on it.
Listen,
you don't even do that for football, as I understand it, but that's all right.
That's not true. I take a lot of time off.
Okay. I didn't know how much you. I thought it was social time you took.
Where would I? Thursday, I was going to be in Minnesota.
I knew it was one of the states to the north. Well, let me know. I'll go right to the backup. I got the backup.
At the end of the day, it's a good problem to have.
It is. Full court pressure by Dubuque Senior, and the pass from Jenkins to Noah Martins results in a foul, and Dowling will be at the free throw line.
I brought all these papers, and let me look. It's color-coded here. I mean, nobody told me I was going to get these quarter-by-quarter stats, and I didn't need all these papers.
I know you haven't been here in about 5 years, but, they kind of provide some of the information, especially stats and that. Jenkins at the free throw line for the Maroons. First free throw, no good. Nate tonight with 3 points, 0 for 1 at the free throw line. Hit that three-pointer in that first quarter. Thanks to Bows and the Floors, Ashworth Vision, and Iowa Wealth Management. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Rainier. Rainier with the rebound, and here's Porter on the dribble in the front court. Near steal by Jenkins. It's knocked out of bounds as he is overplaying Barrett Reed a lot. Nate has 4 fouls, so he's got to be careful. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. 52-35 Dowling. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Porter down the lane, can't get off the shot. Now reverts it out to Rainier. Fakes the three, now they get it underneath. Layup good. Nice pass, and nice job by Rainier. Got it to Schultz. 13 points for Schultz. Full court pressure.
Yeah.
We got a whistle and a foul in the back court.
We got a timeout.
Or timeout Dowling before the foul, I think. Official's going to talk about it. Yeah, timeout Dowling. This will be a full. We'll take it with him. 2:28 remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling 52, Dubuque Senior 37 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Common sense tells us that our sins have consequences. If after committing a sin and we confess, then God promises to forgive us. Yet there can still remain what the church calls a temporal punishment or consequence for our sin. For instance, in 2 Samuel 12, after David confesses his sin of adultery, the prophet Nathanael tells him that the Lord has forgiven him, but nevertheless he will suffer the death of his child as a consequence of his sin. Our relationship with God is a personal one, and our sins are not just rule violations, but personal offenses that need to be mended. We can fulfill the temporal punishments for our sins through sincere sorrow for our transgressions, prayers, sacrifices, and acts of charity. As part of the body of Christ, we can also assist in coming to the aid of our brothers and sisters, both living and dead. This is the basic principle behind the Church's practice of indulgences, and undoubtedly what St. Paul has in mind in Colossians 1:24, where he says, "I rejoice in my sufferings and complete what is lacking in Christ's affliction for the sake of his body, the Church." Or perhaps it's put best in 1 Peter 4:8, which simply states, "Love covers a multitude of sins." This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KIHS, Perry, KDVM, Mason City, KCSL, Spencer.
All right, we're back here at the Casey Center, downtown Des Moines. First round coverage, the quarterfinals of the Class 4A Boys State Basketball Tournament here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Dowling leading Dubuque Senior with 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 52-37 Maroons. Dowling breaks the full court press, keyless in the front court. Over to Jenkins. Dowling playing keep away. Get over in the corner to Maddox Capola. Dowling with a 4-guard offense in there. And now underneath, Jenkins shot no good. And the ball stripped away from Alfred Coley into the hands of Dubuque Senior. And now they go in transition. Three-pointer up and good by Drake Meetinger, who has 9 points, all in the second half from three-point range.
The Maroons got to understand that Dubuque is going to foul them. And I think they took the ball to the basket when they really didn't need to. With 12 seconds to go, Nate Jenkins attacks the basket, throws up a errant shot. Dubuque gets the rebound and three-point shot.
Well, we had a foul and a timeout called simultaneously. The officials get together. This will be a 30-second timeout charged to Dowling, but Coach Anderson was trying to bail out his guards back here who have trouble getting the ball in and advancing it.
Well, I think the great understand, they're down 12, which, again, Dubuque's chipping this thing away. They got to foul their way into this.
Right.
And the Maroons got to understand that they're going to foul them. There isn't a reason to work a potential turnover. Take the foul, step up to a free throw line, and knock it down. The Maroons 6 of 12 from the free throw line. If you're Dubuque Senior, I'm fouling anybody. Maybe not Noah Martins because he's shooting almost 80%, but anybody.
Or Gio Keelis, who is Dowling's best free throw shooter at 72%. But nonetheless, beggars can't be choosy. And Dubuque Senior's overly addressing the full court press.
Maroons are going to their starting lineup, so Keelis is on the bench as they brought Charlie Crane back into the game.
All right, Dowling will go with a 1-4 set with Martins throwing the ball in. The clock's wrong. It's 14.8 seconds. Now they got a minute 48, I believe. They're going to get that all rectified over there. Our officials doing a good job of that, led by the one of the lead officials, Jason Alons.
Former Dowling quarterback Dino Whipple over there.
Yeah, he's on the scorer's bench too.
Dino was a heck of a quarterback back. I remember that when I was young, 10 years old, maybe, watching him play.
That'd be about right. Been my fourth or fifth year doing the games, I think, when he was.
Can we at least get a better intro? Add your color guys. I don't care if it's Burkert or me, but get your color guys in some of those promos going into the games.
I don't make the promos. That's way above my pay grade, Coach Cataldo. Dowling gets the ball into Capola. You get across the timeline. Here's Jenkins with it. Nate fouled as he had the ball stripped away, and Jenkins to the free throw line. A foul on Dubuque Senior.
So close to being a turnover there, too.
Exactly.
I got it right in front of the Dowling bench. And Jenkins missed his 2 free throws prior.
2 fouls on Porter. First free throw good by Nate. It's good to get a game under your belt, isn't it, down here? 1 for 3 at the line is Nate Jenkins. He has 4 points tonight. Made 3-pointer. This is 1 field goal. Second free throw. Good. And it would have come back because Dubuque Senior was across the timeline too soon. It's a delayed call, so it's 54-40. Dowling by 14, a minute and a half to go. In the lane, a shot good by Tevin Schultz. Timeout Dubuque Senior. Schultz with 15 points. He had 4 points at halftime and now has kind of come around, and this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with him. Minute 29 to go, fourth quarter, and Dowling with the lead. We'll be back after this 1 minute break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
All right, we're back here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines as Brady Grimm playing Don't Stop Believing. I hope you're right, my friend. Dowling inbounds the ball, full court press, triple teamed as Jenkins, timeout Dowling. Wow. And we'll keep it here with minute 25 to play, 54-42, Dowling by 12, but Senior just throwing on a heck of a full court press.
Well, the Maroons do themselves no favors by throwing the inbounds pass to the corner, where three defenders are collapsing on that. And really, that time Nate Jenkins had no other alternative, either turn the ball over or call timeout. So now they cannot run the baseline because they threw the ball in, but they got to find something into the middle of the court. Don't get caught throwing the ball into a corner where you potentially give up a turnover. And wind the clock down again. These seniors got to step up and hit free throws.
That's what it's going to come down to. Dowling, as we talked about in the pregame, a 61% free throw shooting team. And would you just say they are so far tonight?
They're
4 of 11?
8 of 14 because
8 of 14, okay.
You look at Nate Jenkins hit the last 2 free throws. They were only at 50% prior.
All right, Maroons inbound the ball. They get it to Noah Martins, who's double teamed. Now squirts out of it down the sideline, right in front of the scorer's bench, and gets it across the timeline, and a foul called on Cooper Porter. That'll be his third foul. Foul situation. Barrett Reed has 4 fouls for the Rams. And free throws coming for Noah Martins. First free throw left it short and off. Martins with 15 points tonight. He'll get another free throw. Minute 18 to play here in the fourth quarter. 54-42. Dowling, second free throw, good. 16 points for Martins. Rams bring it up court. Long three by Cooper Porter, no good. Rebound Dowling and Martins. Dribbles out of it. Now Noah with a 3-on-2 fast break, and he'll bring it out.
Smart play by Martins.
And now Noah going through traffic, and the reach-in foul on the Rams sends Martins back to the line. It's going to be 62 seconds remaining, and that'll be the 5th foul on Barrett Reed, who will foul out with no points. Came in averaging 3.5. 5'10 senior, one of 5 seniors on Coach Wendell Eimer's club. And the first free throw by Martins, good.
Strong game quarter to quarter throughout for Noah Martins.
17 points for Martins. Tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Fast Signs in Clive. Second free throw good. Martins with 18 points. Lead Dowling in scoring. Under a minute to play. 56-42 Dowling. Here's Schultz with it, guarded by Coley. Now dribble handoff goes to Tucker, dribbles baseline. Gets caught on the baseline. He threw it away. Coppola with the steal. Dowling across the timeline. Noah splitting the difference. They leave it to Coley. Layup and slam dunk good. Martin's with the assist and Coley with the basket, 13 points.
Take what the defense gave you in that time. Great finish by the Maroons and another block by the Maroons.
Now underneath, a shot up and no good by Dubuque Senior, but drawing the foul, Drake Meetinger. He'll go to the line for 2. Fouls on Coppola. That'll be Maddox's first foul. And the Maroons now going to empty their bench. Here come the seniors. Baumhover. Wynn. And junior Davin Tritton. Free throw up and good by Meetinger. He has 10 points tonight. 3 3-pointers and his first free throw. Drake Meetinger missed a month during the season. An ankle injury, and now has come back, comes off the bench. 59-43 Dowling. 24 seconds remaining. The Maroons going to punch their ticket to the semifinals for the first time in many, many years. Second free throw good by Meetinger. He's got 11. Ball tipped out of bounds as Jimmy Baumhover inbounds the ball. And Schultz knocked it out. Jimmy gets it in to Jacob Wynn, draws the foul, and he's going to go in the scorebook here in the state tournament. Jacob Wynn, 6'2" senior, to the free throw line.
Dubuque Seniors playing this thing to the final end. I'm so impressed with their team and their ability to play through a very, very tough night. These Maroons put on a heck of a defensive effort. Very impressed. And he banked it in.
Banks it in. I'm going to write
Jacob.
I'm going to put bank and good.
Jacob is going to say one day.
Awesome.
Hopefully he makes 2 here, but
is he going to bank this, you think? Nope. Hits the back of the rim, no good. Rebound Schultz. And Dubuque Senior. Rams dribble drive and down the lane goes Tucker, dribbling baseline, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. That'll be on Keyless, his first. Or Wynn, Wynn will be guilty of the foul. His first, and free throws coming for William Tucker, who has 4 points tonight. $60-45 Dowling. More substitutions for the Maroons as Gabe Lawson checking in, number 24, 6'3" junior.
Leighton Oldfield.
And Oldfield in. Second free throw, no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Lawson. Lawson, ball loose on the floor, had it knocked away. He's double teamed. Gets it to Oldfield. Now to Baumhover. Jimmy on his horse. Down the lane. He's going to step back for 3. Good! Are you kidding? In the state tournament, Jimmy Baumhover cans the 3. And Dowling wins it 63-45. There's a memory there.
It certainly is. As a coach, and you're up big, and these young kids don't get an opportunity like this, come around very often in their lives, and all power to Jimmy and his ability to knock one down.
Awesome. Baumhover with his 4th made 3 of the year, and the final one thus far comes in the first round of the boys state basketball tournament. And guess what? The Dowling boys get out of the first round and go to the semifinals in the first time in I don't know how long. I do not have that stat with me, but does my color guy?
I wish I did. I asked, and my nephew Frankie China I go to all the time for stats, and he told me, he goes, I don't think Dowling's ever made it out of the first round since '79, and
wow,
and which I think is a little stretch. But
Tom Faber's group got to the finals like in '83 or '4.
Yeah, Dave Stacy maybe those.
Yeah, but the Maroons have come down here and gotten beat in the first round many times. We're going to have to research that. I may have to go to my friends back there at the Iowa High School Athletic Association to find out. But nonetheless, the Dowling boys punched their ticket. We're going to have guests on the post-game show as the Dowling boys are at half court, as they have the trophy presentation to Dubuque Senior, as they are a state participant, and Dowling is a state semifinalist Thursday morning 10:30. We'll go on the air at 10:15 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network with Dowling taking on the winner of Game 2 of the Class 4A quarterfinals. Urbandale taking on number 1 seed Cedar Falls coming up next. The Maroons will get the winner.
Well, we talked. It was so important for the Maroons to come out and play big, and I thought their size was a huge advantage throughout the night. They had 9 blocks on the night, out-rebounded Dubuque Senior. They were actually doubling Dubuque Senior's input, but I think the Maroons out-rebounded them 25-20. Really, it took Dubuque Senior, got them at the rim. But I thought Noah Martins really stirred the drink tonight. His ability to attack and force Dubuque Senior to collapse and find his big guys going to lanes. Maroons, 3 guys with in double digits. I thought just a well-rounded game and a huge defensive effort by the Maroons, shutting down Dubuque Senior and their ability to hit 3-pointers.
Yeah, Dowling had led by Noah Martins, 18 points, Charlie Crane with 16 points, and Alfred Coley with 13 points, all in double figures, obviously. 7 points for Maddox Capola, 5 points for Nate Jenkins, and Jimmy Baumhover, a 3-point basket in the final seconds to clinch it for the Maroons as Dowling wins it 63-45. The Maroons outscore Dubuque Senior 18-14 in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a 2-minute break alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I am Mark Amadale. We'll come back with scoring from Dubuque Senior, and we will have a post-game guest. We'll have a coach and a player, as I understand. We'll see if that all gets taken care of. But in the meantime, we'll take a 2-minute break and be back. Final score, Dowling 63, Dubuque Senior 45. Dubuque Senior closes out their season with a record of 21-3. Dowling moves on to the semifinals with a record of 21-3. We'll return in 2 minutes to the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines for the postgame show on Iowa Catholic Radio.
No doubt you've heard how the Pilgrims fled religious persecution in England, but have you ever heard how the Catholics were persecuted there? Recent scholarship such as Eamon Duffy's book, The Stripping of the Altar, showed that the vast majority of the English people did not freely choose to leave the Catholic Church, but were coerced into it. In fact, prior to King Henry VIII's break with Rome, England was known throughout Europe as Mary's dowry because of its great piety. But under King Henry, Queen Elizabeth I, and others, failure to outwardly conform to the new state religion resulted in fines or imprisonment. Hiding a Catholic priest was considered a treasonable act punishable by death. Many suffered dearly, including famous martyrs like Sir Thomas More, or the 40 English martyrs that Pope John Paul II canonized. Those who openly professed Catholicism were barred from important positions in government and society well into the 1800s, and English law to this day prohibits the monarch from being a Roman Catholic. Convincing evidence also shows that William Shakespeare was one such underground Catholic, and that his plays included veiled appeals to the king for religious toleration. So let us thank God that we can freely and openly practice our faith and honor all those who could not. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
The Catholic Tuition Organization, your sponsor today, supports worthy students wanting a Catholic education. Gifts to CTO are first monies applied to tuition expenses in the Diocese of Des Moines. That means other sources of support will go further. Donations to CTO earn a 75% Iowa tax credit. If you give $1,000, you receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formalware, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
The radio home for your Dowling Catholic Maroons. 105.5 KIHS, Perry, Des Moines. IowaCatholicRadio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio mobile app. Encounter Jesus.
And welcome back to the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines, where Dowling Catholic has advanced to the semifinals. On Thursday morning, the Maroons defeated Dubuque Senior by the score of 63-45. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us for tonight's game. Had a late start due to an overtime game before us in Class 3A. And Dowling gets the late start and gets the win, and they'll play the winner of the game coming up. And the team's warming up. Cedar Falls taking on Urbandale. If it's Cedar Falls, be Dowling taking on the Tigers for the first time in a while. And if it's Urbandale and former coach Clay Philking, it'll be the third time this year that Dowling and Urbandale would hook up. But Jimmy, it's all about game one and getting past and getting an opportunity to play game 2, which is the semifinals, as our game stats are now being handed out.
I mean, I feel I'm so fortunate. I usually have to keep these stats, and I'm so wrong. But I guess these may be officials I'm pulling up. But you know, you look at this first-round matchup, if you will, against Dubuque Senior, and I think Coach Einerson preaches it day in and day out. Let's just go 1-0 on the day, and whatever happens after that, happens after that. So, you know, you regroup. Obviously, you're really excited about what you just did and what you accomplished, what you had to do to get through a very, very tough Dubuque Senior team. But then you got to move on, learn something from this game that they're going to see against Cedar Falls. I imagine they're going to stay around and watch this game. You know, but Cedar Falls, Urbandale is a team you're very familiar with. Cedar Falls not as much, but certainly something you can learn from this. And at the end of the day, you know, you regroup. You have a day to get a game plan together, which I'm sure they've already started working on something in the event that this would happen. But 1-0 on the day, big effort by the Dowling Maroons tonight, and big win over a very, very good Dubuque Senior team. We mentioned the Dowling score, and let's take a look at Dubuque Senior. And boy, they had quite a few players well below their average due to the Dowling defense. And, you know, Coach Nicholson, one of the assistant coaches on the Dowling staff, is kind of the defensive coordinator, and he has done a solid job in this postseason as the Maroons have, they held Norwalk to 42 points. They held Sioux City. We're just talking about the guy. Wait a minute. Let me clear off this chair. We don't get to talk to Nicholson very often.
Oh, this is going to be great. Now, he didn't bring the dog because he's got a dog that would help us out, buffer between us. But
you know, he's enjoying this win, and then you throw this dog that I'm sure he's costing him some money while we sit here.
He's got a dog because I shared with you what he shared with my daughter's class. And Coach Nicholson, we were just talking about the defense the last several games. Hold Norwalk to 42 points. They had some scores. You hold Sioux City East to 37 points. You look back at the end of the year, and tonight you hold this very fine Dubuque Senior team to 45 points. I'll tell you what, the ball might not be going in the hoop. The free throws look like Cataldo's, but defense has stepped up. And congratulations, Coach Nicholson, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, no problem, man. The kids did a great job executing the game plan, and did a really nice job of making just everything really hard on them. So they did a good job with that. And it was a good team win there. Well,
it certainly was. You know, look at Cooper Porter, 74 made threes. You held him to 2 tonight, and that was all in the first half. He did not score in the second half. And then you got this Schultz kid, 6'7" senior, something for Charlie and Alfred to bang with, and you hold him to 15 points, 10 below his average. So you got to feel pretty good about that. And the rest of the team, he's had a couple starters that did not score. And you talk about the game plan you put in. Lord knows what's going to happen on Thursday morning when you take on either Cedar Falls or Urbandale for the third time. But tremendous effort, and the kids bought in to the defensive game plan.
Yeah, you know, that's really the biggest thing is, you know, we can tell them what we want them to do, but they get out there and, you know, we got a lot of guys that really take pride in stopping the other team, and that doesn't happen all the time. So, you know, they did a good job executing. You know, Nate was great chasing around Porter, and he stuck to the game plan even though he got 8 early. Charlie and Alfred, and really the whole team did a nice job on Schultz. Those two guys are they're really good players, and we made them earn everything they got tonight, and did a really nice job of keeping them off the offensive glass. You know, Schultz is such a good offensive rebounder, and, you know, to have him only have 1 was really big for us. And then we did a nice job of not letting anybody else go off. And that's kind of been a little bit of our Achilles heel on the year. Sometimes those role players get a little more than we'd want them to. But everybody really stepped up and played good team defense and didn't let anyone really go off today.
We talk about playing an unfamiliar team at the beginning of this game, and you almost like to play an unfamiliar team, somebody who's not used to the way you guys defend. And I thought that was a big issue with Dubuque Senior early was I don't think they've been defended as well as you guys did. So impressed with the effort they gave. Thought Nate Jenkins fought through a lot of picks, but when Nate found some foul trouble, you needed to give him a break. Maddox Capola stepped up and took on a big three-point shooter.
Yeah, you know, that was definitely something that we told our guys is that, you know, we don't think that their guards are really seen as big and strong guards as we have, and also as quick of guards. You know, those guys are really quick over there, but our guys are pretty quick too, and they did a nice job being really physical with them, I felt like, while still playing, you know, within the game and not having stupid fouls. But, you know, they did a really nice job of getting up and ball pressuring them. They hadn't seen a lot of guys that wanted to meet them 10, 12, 15 feet above the three-point line, and especially on the other side of half court. So I think that was something that was an advantage to us. And, kind of on his own, Nate started denying 12 the inbounds a little bit, and 22 then had to be a shooter that started to bring the ball up a little bit more, and then Noah started picking him up a little bit more, and it just kind of took them out of their rhythm and their flow, and they really weren't able to get into any sort of transition stuff, which they've been really good about this year. So just a really good team effort by everybody.
So how do you adjust throughout this game? Because you get down to an environment like this, and the officials let contact go a little bit more than they would during a regular season. So how do you adjust with your guys to say, look, you're gonna take on some contact, but we got to give some contact back? How does that adjustment go, and what do you tell the kids throughout the game?
Well, the nice thing for us is we really try to emphasize ramping it. Like, we can always kind of tone them back, but sometimes it gets harder to ramp them up. So the last 3 games, we've really just come out and done a nice job of getting after people at the jump, I felt like. And just kind of like you guys said, just sticking with the game plan, and just really trying to stay after them. Nate had 4 fouls, and he's still getting up and getting after people, and I just think that that's something that we just kind of pride ourselves on that on the floor.
Visit with Zach Nicholson, assistant coach for the Dowling boys basketball team. The Maroons a winner tonight in the first quarterfinal round game in Class 4A. Dowling 63, Dubuque Senior 45, the final. Coach, you guys were up 9 at halftime. What was the message at halftime from Coach Heinertson and the staff? What did you like about the first half? You got out to a great start, up 6 at the end of the first quarter, and you outscored them by 3 in the second quarter. What was the message at halftime that propelled you into the second half?
Well, one thing that we did a really nice job in the first half was on the offensive glass. I think we got 8 boards on 13 missed shots. That was something that we wanted to keep going. Credit to them. I think we only got 1 offensive board in the second half, but that was definitely something that we wanted to keep going. And then we were really having them, they weren't in a transition, and they were playing long possessions. And we kind of think that's, a good thing for us to kind of have those grind out games. But again, to their credit, they were scoring later in the possession, so we really wanted to try to get them sped up a little bit quicker. And just keep doing what we're doing and get every rebound. We did a nice job on the boards. We won there, and that's something that we really try to do a really good job of. And then Charlie was great blocking shots. That was something that was huge for us. He did a nice job of coming over and helping out and blocking some shots, and just not allowing those second chance points are really big for us.
Well, you have great rim protectors, Charlie Crane and Alfred Coley, and you utilize them.
We do. We're pretty blessed to have 2 big guys back there like that. Sometimes just giving them less is more. Just let them go out there and play and kind of float around and use their instincts and not try to, really pinhole them into doing different things. So just kind of let them be good athletes. That's been really good for us so far.
Are you watching what I watch? I mean, up and down, this media guy gets hugs and kisses.
Yeah, this is the most popular guy in the stadium right now. Look at this guy.
I mean, he's in his element. I mean, he gives me bad information. I park rock star parking, but then I got to walk around the building. He's absolutely ruined this day for me, except for the win.
I can't tell if he's locked in or if he's just happy to be here.
I think he has a tent somewhere.
When you win, everything's great. They would not be near me if Dowling lost. Second of all, let's talk about this dog of yours, Coach Nicholson. Yeah. What's its name? And let our listeners know.
His name is Sully, and I think he might be the most popular guy in the school.
Absolutely.
Kids know him a lot more than they know me, and that's a good thing. So that's perfect.
And the purpose of the dog in the school is?
So he is a therapy dog. So really his purpose is just to be there and let people pet him, to have people smile when they're around him, put a smile on people's faces. And he does a pretty good job, better than I do, that's for sure.
And I submitted a request about a month ago to have that dog, Sully, sit between Cataldo and I just for the boys' game. Coach Burke and I get along great. It's the boys' game that we have issues. I was offered to have him sit right next to us. I'd have some treats for him. That did not come to fruition.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where we can get him in and where we can get him out of. Getting him down here, that'd be quite the picture there. But maybe next year at a home game.
I knew Zach was in trouble when he comes to me at practice not too long ago, says, my wife's calling me and telling me that the dog is ill or something. What do you think I should do? And I'm like, how often is she calling you? I was like, I'll just let it go for practice, just don't leave practice for a dog.
Yeah, that was quite the night.
Yeah.
It's all good now, so that's good.
Coach, I was impressed with the way this game was played. Very physical. They played through that after the initial start. They played through the challenges of that, and that's just how 4A basketball is. Now, Game 2, the semis. Thursday morning, 10:30. we'll be on there at 10:15 if Cataldo can find the parking lot.
I got to take PTO.
Yeah.
It's good PTO to take. Come on.
It's a good problem to have.
What are you saving it for? I mean, really. Sure. So, Coach, Cedar Falls, Urbandale. Urbandale, you can roll it out. You know, this will be the third time you played Urbandale. The Cedar Falls team we haven't seen in a while. Number 1 team in the state, a team that beat Dubuque Senior by 3 points a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it is kind of the tale of two tapes there. You know, Urbandale's obviously a team that we're really familiar with. Our guys play a lot of AAU with their guys. That'd definitely be there'd be a comfort factor to that. You know, Cedar Falls, obviously they're really big. They beat a lot of really good teams this year. They beat everybody this year. So obviously they're a really good team, and they bring a lot of size that can match our size as well. So, you know, either way, it's going to be a really fun game. You know, we've earned the right to play another one and play another couple days and stay together. And, you know, we'll get the scout knocked out tomorrow, and we'll have 2 days of prep for them. And whoever that is, we'll be ready to go.
Coach, thanks for all you do. And I mean that on the football side. You got people up at Dyke, Iowa that I think your folks and relatives listen up there. Appreciate all you do at Dowling. I don't know how you coach with this guy in football.
I'm still waiting for his mom's cookies. I mean, I always miss out on those.
Those
Crandall,
are popular.
They all get them, but I don't.
Those are popular. You know, fun fact for today, Wendell Eimers, coach for Dubuque Senior.
Right.
He grew up in Dyke as well.
His dad coached there,
His dad coached there, and he used to go to all our games.
Yep.
Just absolutely great family, and we lived a block from him. So, I mean, we kind of knew him, and I talked to his dad in church a lot. Just a hoops junkie. And I just watching Coach Eimers from Dubuque Senior just reminded me a lot of his dad when I talked to him pregame. It was just like, holy cow. So great family, great guys. But, no, we appreciate you guys coming around and being at all the games. And got a lot of listeners out there, so it's a lot of fun.
That's what we hear. And Coach Eimers in his 32nd year at Dubuque Senior. What a legend.
Yep.
And, you have to beat a legend to advance. And you'd think my color guide come prepared. I mean, he's got 5 pages of notes that he didn't use.
Didn't use them.
But Coach Nicholson, when's the last time Dowling was in the semifinals in the state boys basketball tournament?
So, Coach, I don't know if I'm going to have this exactly right. Coach Nejas said we had not won a game since 1992, I believe, is what he said.
Wow.
Now, I believe that was the last time we won. So I reminded him that I wasn't born quite then yet. And he didn't really care for that. He threw out the last time he was down here with O'Hare. They got beat by 16.
That's true. I
Dean
remember
Oliver
that.
gave him the business, is what he says.
Yeah.
So there was some fun talks going on there. But I believe 92.
92. Well, what Coach Nejas didn't tell you, it was the shot at Valley in the sub-state final by Coach Nejas. They were covering Dave Stacy. They were covering others. And Nejas hit the shot because he was left wide open. Right wing 3 to send us to the state tournament. So you got to give that to him.
I'll give that to him. I think Nagel would tell me he's surprised the three-point line was around at that time is what John Nagel would tell him. So, wow. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, listen. Congratulations. Thanks for visiting with us.
Betcha.
I know we're the B squad because all the A guys are with the TV people, and they're getting the interviews right now. Who'd they ask for besides Coach Einerson?
Charlie, Noah, and Alfred. So,
why not?
Yeah, why not? Those guys earned it. So, fun time.
Coach, thank you, and best of luck Thursday morning.
Thank you.
Zach Nicholson, Dowling assistant coach, visiting with us here on the postgame show. We're going to take our final break and come back. Dowling advances to the semifinals in Class 4A with a 63-45 win over Dubuque Senior, along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Hamadale, back after this final break of the evening here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more. Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.
All right, welcome back to our final segment here on the postgame show on Iowa Catholic Radio as We broadcast from the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines, Iowa. The 2026 Boys State Basketball Tournament, Class 4A. And Game 1 is in the books. Dowling Catholic advances to the semifinals for the first time since 1992. I will verify everything. Yeah. I will verify all that.
And I was a freshman. I was a freshman? Yeah, freshman in college.
Okay.
I remember a lot of those kids well. I say kids, guys at my age, but they had a nice basketball team. Yeah, my senior year. And then, of course, those kids became seniors the year after that. That was a pretty good basketball team. But, you could tell by Coach Nicholson, he was really, really happy with the defensive effort that his team gave today. And we were saying it throughout the entire game. It helps when the officials allow you to play through a lot of contact. And it was the perfect storm for the Maroons to go against a very formidable Dubuque senior team.
Yes, they were. And great first-round game. Dowling's going to face maybe a team they haven't seen again in Cedar Falls. They are the favorite over Urbandale, but we've seen the Jayhawks this year, and Coach Steelking's got this team revved up. They brought in former coach and Hall of Famer Brad Bjorken to talk to the Urbandale team a night or two ago to get these kids revved up and talking about being down here. And what an honor for Urbandale as one of 4 teams in the CIML to be here.
We talked about Urbandale being a team you did not want to face leading into this tournament down here at Casey Center. It's their ability to play zone that I think will cause Cedar Falls some issues. I'm sure they worked on it a little bit, but Urbandale's one of the few teams, at least that we've seen in Class 4A, that sticks on a zone defense. And, you never know. I talked to Coach Nicholson. I think he wouldn't say it on air, but these are teams that they've been looking at, they've been watching in preparation so that they're ready to go tonight and then deploying their game plan tomorrow at practice.
Well, Dowling, I misspoke, one of 5 CIML teams in the 8-team Class 4A bracket. And, of course, last week the girls had 6 of the 8 teams. So it's almost like the Central Iowa Metro League had a conference tournament, and they have it at the state tournament, Jimmy, if you will.
I think we're so fortunate to watch these teams night in and night out compete against each other, and you lose a little bit of it when you see it so often that you really don't understand until you get down to these situations how good of basketball there is around Central Iowa, around Des Moines area, and Urbandale is a testament to that, making it down here to maybe a lower seeded record, and be interested to see what they do against the Cedar Falls team over the next 4 quarters.
Yep, Urbandale and Cedar Falls about ready to tip off, and I want to say get well wishes to someone that I've known the family for a long time, and that is the Getting family. Kurt Getting, longtime teacher at Urbandale. He is now retired and helping out the Waukee Northwest program. Had triple bypass heart surgery here a few weeks ago. Would usually be over there on the scorer's bench keeping the book. And he is recovering. He's home and doing better now. Just got a text from his wife, Tammy. And Kurt, you and Tammy and the rest of your family are all on our prayers here in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and our broadcast team, Jimmy Cataldo, myself, and I'm sure Mike Burkett once he finds out. Kurt is a tremendous man. And his 3 boys could play. One of them, Johnny, is now an official at the college level. And I hope he enjoys his grandkids, and I'm glad they caught it, and I'm glad you're recovering, Kurt. So from all of us at Iowa Catholic Radio, get well soon, and hopefully you can tune in with the rest of the family Friday morning, because, Jimmy, that'll be our next game. Can you get here? Do I need to make arrangements? What's the deal?
So I had to pay for parking. I walked around this building at least once in the heat. I'm getting crackers while everybody else is getting pizza around here. I had to wait 30 minutes to get a media credential because the gal who checks us in went to lunch.
Yep.
I mean, what a terrible time to go to lunch.
Well,
so I'm waiting for. Now I got to take PTO.
But you were right in with Brad Wells, who's doing the live stream on TV right now. Brad was right with you. He couldn't get in, and he had his stuff. He had to be down here too. So
needless to say, I was there 20 minutes before Brad got there. But to watch, the media love around here. I mean, the kisses and the hugs that you've been getting throughout this night. Like I said, it's really disgusting. But
all I can say is I'm not running for office. I won't. Because of people like you that would just hammer me. What do we got going on here? 2-0 Urbandale.
Urbandale with the run-out dunk, and their crowd has shown up big tonight. Really impressed with some of the crowds that we've been getting that storm late game before the Dowling game?
Yes, they were packed.
They filled up that whole east side. I'm guessing that's the east side, but
yeah, right behind us, the east side.
And then
right.
you look at Dowling. Oh my goodness, they've been in this situation before. Dowling's going to play Thursday morning. Well, needless to say, their spring break has already started Thursday. So whoever's in town, and probably families are changing their spring break plans, not knowing if they would have got to the spot or not.
That's a great one, Jimmy, because Dowling's going to have a lot of their kids going on vacation. I know my daughter's headed to Texas Thursday night, so there's could be a problem Thursday. So alumni, we need you to buy some tickets and get in the student section Thursday and hopefully Friday afternoon.
Hey, listen,
because it's 10:30 on Thursday for the semis, and Friday's championship is at 3 p.m.
Oh boy,
it's an afternoon game. They moved everything around.
I may have to take 2. Hey, but that's a good problem to have, and maybe our listenership, spikes during the 10:30 game because people are traveling, and that's just the way it is. But interestingly enough, Dowling moves on. Doesn't happen very often, so exciting to be a supporter and a fan of Dowling, because the sports, and you heard Coach Wilson at halftime, the athletic in the different sports, boys and girls, are really thriving this year in each season.
Absolutely. Well, Jimmy, thanks for all you do. I kid you a lot, but really thank you for all you do and helping our listeners maybe understand the game through the radio waves. And some of them like to hook up the live stream with our audio. Don't know how that's done, but that's got to be interesting.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that pizza you said you were going to get me, because
all right.
It is dinner time. But thank you. It's going to be a great environment come Thursday morning, and see if the Maroons can move on.
All right, buy your tickets, Maroon fans. Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner, and that'll wrap things up. I want to remind you, Dowling scoring tonight, led by Noah Martins, a senior, 18 points. Charlie Crane with 16, 13 points for Alfred Coley, 7 points for Maddox Capola, 5 points for Nate Jenkins. And Jimmy Baumhover hit a three-pointer in the final 10 seconds. What a way to cap his senior reserve, as the Maroons went 12 of 20 at the free throw line, but outscored. Maroons led 27-18 at halftime, outscored Dubuque Senior 36-27 in the second half to win it 63-45. Our thanks to Brady Grimm, our studio producer, and of course our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, which include Bozen the Florist. Our thanks to Ashworth Vision Clinic, Iowa Wealth Management, Construction Professionals, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Fast Signs in Clive. And our next broadcast will be this coming Thursday morning. We'll go on the air at 10:15. Tip-off 10:30. Dowling taking on the winner of this game going on right now, Urbandale and number 1 Cedar Falls. We'll have all the action Thursday morning from the Casey Center in Des Moines. Jimmy Cataldo will join me. Our thanks to Tom Wilson, our halftime guest, and his staff, Colleen Webb and Jared Herring in the Dowling Athletic Office. And for my broadcast partner, Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale. Final score for the final time, Dowling Catholic advances to the semifinals in Class 4A state basketball with a 63-45 win over Dubuque Senior. The Maroons improve their record to 21-3, and Dubuque Senior closes out their season with a record of 21-3. Once again, thank you for listening on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, and from all of us with Iowa Catholic Radio, have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening.
Dowling Catholic Basketball and Iowa Catholic Radio has been brought to you by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Iowa Wealth Management, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.